Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I bring you a subtle yet explosive story that in just a few days has stirred up a storm among Yaman's fans. It all began with a simple gesture. The actor's mother, Yaman, unfollowed Sara on social media. At first glance, it might seem trivial. But in the celebrity world where every click is scrutinized, that action rang all the alarm bells. What did she really mean by that unfollow? Was it impulsive? What did she really mean by that unfollow? Was it impulsive or the sign of deeper family tension? Rumors quickly pointed to Khan's past relationship with Demet Özdemir. Many say that for Guldem, Demet embodied the ideal, elegance, shared values, and cultural closeness. In contrast, Sara, despite her charm, never fully fit into the actor's inner circle. Sources say Sara didn't stay silent. After learning about the unfollow, she decided to pause her communication with Khan. It wasn't a breakup, but a way to set boundaries and demand respect. Caught in the middle, Yaman reportedly felt confused, hurt, and pressured. He's always tried to balance work, love, and family. But this time, things didn't fall into place so easily. After a few days of silence, peace returned. Khan and Sara reconnected. It said they had a deep, honest conversation that helped clear the air. But something had shifted. Emotional wounds don't vanish overnight, and now every post, every silence, every detail is watched closely by their followers. Meanwhile, Demet Özdemir's name resurfaced powerfully without her uttering a word. Romantic fans still hope for a reunion with Khan, and Guldem's stance seems to fuel that flame. Sara's supporters weren't silent either. They flooded social media with love and encouragement. Yet, during public appearances, Khan's smile didn't quite hide the tension. Some even noticed Sara stopped posting for a few days, unusual for her, as if the gesture from her symbolic mother-in-law had truly shaken her. This episode shows just how fragile love can be under the spotlight. Public pressure, family expectations, and unresolved emotions can test even the strongest relationships. The real question now is, will Guldem follow Sara again? Will there be a public reconciliation? Or was that unfollow the first step in a bigger story? The love between Khan and Sara has just gone through its first public earthquake. And in today's world, a single digital gesture can speak louder than 1,000 words. And then there's Demet Özdemir. Watching what she's endured in recent years, I can't help but admire her strength, emotional intelligence, and the grace with which she's handled every situation. Amid rumors, provocations, and criticism, she chose silence as her shield and dignity as her language. That choice takes courage, not weakness. Demet doesn't need to shout or stir controversy. She speaks through actions, through her work, through her calm presence. While others chase spectacle, she walks forward with peace, fully aware of her worth. In a world that glorifies scandal, she is revolutionary. Her silence in the face of attempts to damage her image shows a rare level of maturity. Despite accusations, she continued to choose wisely, grow as an actress, and show the world she is much more than just a TV face. Demet is not just the pretty girl from Turkish series. She is a woman of depth, sensitivity, and strength. And that strength can be uncomfortable for some. Not everyone can handle a woman who shines on her own without chaos or noise. Yes, her relationship with Yaman once captivated millions. But the end of that story didn't break her. On the contrary, it made her stronger. Many women see themselves in her. In how she rebuilds, in her quiet dignity, in how she loves without losing herself. Demet represents the balance between strength and vulnerability. She doesn't need to scream to be heard. Her presence alone demands respect, and while others try to drag her down, she keeps rising in silence. Because true light doesn't fade. And Demet Özdemir isn't just shining, she's leaving a legacy no time nor envy can erase. What surprises me the most is how Demet has managed to stay on the sidelines without falling into provocations. Not a word too many, no scandalous interviews, no indirect comments on social media. Her focus has been her work, her evolution as an actress, her personal growth. And this, in times where fame often feeds off scandals, is admirable. Because while others sell every piece of their intimacy for a headline, she builds her legacy in silence. Some even wish to see her alone forever because they can't accept that she is no longer part of Khan's universe. But that desire is cruel, unfair, and profoundly sexist. Why can't a woman rebuild her life without being condemned for it? Why is she asked for eternal loyalty to a past that no longer exists? Demet doesn't need to live in anyone's shadow. Demet doesn't need to live in anyone's shadow. She is a whole woman, capable of loving, of making mistakes, of healing, and of starting over as many times as she needs. From my point of view, what Demet has shown in these years is something that many public figures fail to sustain: consistency. From my point of view, what Demet has shown in these years is something that many public figures fail to sustain: consistency. Consistency with what she says, with what she does, with what she projects. She doesn't disguise herself to please the public. She doesn't pretend to be something she's not. And maybe that's why she bothers. Because her freedom bothers. Her silence speaks louder than many scandals, and her presence imposes even when she's not seeking the limelight. Now more than ever, I believe we need to stop judging women by the men who pass through their lives. Demet is not Khan's ex. She's not the one who should go back with him. She is not the one who made him happy or unhappy. Demet is a woman with her own name, a brilliant career, with dreams and scars. And she has every right to rebuild her life without every step of hers being dissected by those who can't get over what is no longer. Khan will make his decisions. Right or wrong, he will have to face the consequences. But don't drag Demet into that path. She has already chosen hers. And from what we see, she is walking it firmly with her head held high and above all with an elegance that many should learn to imitate.